Confidence is synonymous with evidence. The more evidence that you pile up on a subconscious level that you are actually a person of your word, that you stick to your guns, that you do everything that you say that you're going to do, that you set standards for yourself that you actually adhere to, the more confident that you'll feel. It's hard on a conscious level, right? On a day-to-day basis to remember every single time that you do the small things. Because these small things, these small wins, they add up eventually to make a big win. You know, they cause momentum. It's basically that law of accumulation thing that I talked about in another video, but it's like you do these small things, you have these small wins every single day on a regular basis, but you may not count them, you may not think about them consciously. Subconsciously, the body and the mind is keeping score, but consciously, sometimes we need a reminder. It can be really difficult to acknowledge the fact that you do these small things that are going to further nurture your growth. This is a practice that you can use in order to give yourself a visual, to show yourself like, yes, I actually am doing it. Like, I did do this thing. So I'm gonna show you this practice, and hopefully you can use it in the next year in order to build your confidence and show yourself that you're on track. So first things first, you just need two different items. You need a mason jar, right? Just an empty mason jar or any kind of jar, something that you can just fill with these Post-it notes. Get yourself some Post-it notes, you know, get whatever colors you like, get them whatever style that you like them, but that's the only two items that you need in order to do this practice. The next thing I want you to do is log every possible positive moment that you have throughout your day. Any positive moment that you have with yourself, anything you could consider a win, anything that you consider to be helpful to be furthering your growth, anything that you can consider to be, you know, moving towards that goal that you're setting for yourself. It doesn't matter what it is, no matter how big or small, just log it. Just log it, just write it down. It could be as simple as I got up out of the bed and I made my bed this morning. I walked my 10,000 steps today. You know, I went to the gym for the 5th time this week. It doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter how big or how small, as long as you would consider it to be a win or a positive moment or something that is nurturing your growth, you log it, you write it on this sticky note, and you put it in the jar. So take the time to start logging those positive moments until you fill up your jar. And if you're ambitious enough, you'll go out and you'll get a really big jar, and it'll encourage you every single time to make the jar full. You know, you're gonna wanna continue to put stuff in the jar because it's gonna feel good every time that you do it. It'll become a ritual, it'll become a habit. It'll become something that you're like looking forward to. You're gonna be thinking to yourself, I'm ready to log another win because it feels good. And then also over time, you're gonna have a visual library, right? You're gonna have a visual log of all these things that you have done positively throughout your week, throughout your month, throughout your year. And more importantly, you'll be able to always pull them out, right? Whenever you feel like it, you could pull out one of these notes just to remind yourself, to take a look back and see, because it's evidence. You know what I'm saying? It's visual evidence. If you really want to get in depth with it, you write down the date that you do this thing too. You write down what you did and you write down the date, you put it on the note, you put it in the jar, and whenever you need to pick me up, whenever you really feel like, man, I don't know if I'm really sticking to my goals, you go take a look at that jar. Anytime you're feeling down, anytime you need to pick me up, anytime you need to remind yourself like, yeah, I'm staying on track, you go and you look in the jar, you pick one of these notes out and you be like, wow, on Thursday, December 7th, I walked 10,000 steps. On June 5th, I chose to eat clean instead of eating the junk food. As time goes on, you will continue to fill up your jar, and it's just gonna look more and more beautiful each time. You're gonna have more and more colors, more and more notes to yourself, more and more evidence to show yourself that you do stick to your word, that you are a person who's sticking to their standards that they're setting for themselves. They're upholding themselves to the degree in which they know that they're capable of. You have evidence. You have physical evidence. You have visual evidence. It's just like a progress jar. I'm going to call it the win jar. You know, it's the win jar. These are all your wins. These are all your wins. You get to log it in. Get you a win jar. That's what we're doing in this next year. You could do it every year. You know, log your wins. Log those positive moments for yourself. It's going to be wonderful. I'm telling you, man, like if you walk past this every single day and all of these were representative of a positive moment, a positive connection that you've had with yourself, positive action, rightful action, all of these are representative. They're evidence. You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to feel way better about yourself than if you aren't logging it. And it's a little less intimate than doing a journal. It's a little less intimate than doing a vision board per se. But it's still just as powerful. This is a quick, easy, you know, on the go type of thing that if you're somebody who's too busy or you don't really want to be doing the journaling, this is just an easy way to log yourself. This is like a mini journal. You know, these are mini logs. for you to be able to just have some sort of evidence to keep track, to channel your thoughts and show yourself that you have these positive moments with yourself. When you have a jar and it's full like this, it's showing all the different colors, all the different notes, it's just gonna make you feel amazing. You're gonna feel like $1,000,000. You're gonna feel like, wow, I'm confident. I feel better about myself. This is evidence. It's evidence. So try it out. Try it out this year. Let me know how it works for you. I'm definitely going to try it out. I'm going to be writing down all these different small wins just so I could keep a log for myself. You know, it could be hard. Sometimes it's hard for you to remember that you actually do all the things that you said you were going to do. You remember it on a subconscious level, but this is a visual. This is on a conscious level. You can look at it. You can pull it out. You know, you can pull out every little entry and see the notes that you left for yourself, these grand little gestures that you've done for yourself. So take the time to do this practice. Let me know what your results are. I'll let you know what mine are. And, you know, I hope you have a wonderful new year. Take care and, you know, have a blessed day. And more importantly, you know, I just got to tell you that if you watch this long, I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, because realistically, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And I appreciate that. So much love. I hope to see you in the next one. All right, peace.